he's blocked the trail so that nobody can come through. So that if they're on their bikes or walking, they'll know they're gonna run into a net.
That happened.
Says that this might be a good spot because the bats will kind of dive underneath that vegetation as they're bolting through the forest.
If the net is ordered correctly, because often it gets kind of disentangled.
Are these just regular mist nets that I would see using birds, or are they a little...
Exactly, those are exactly the same. For the bats. So because there are some species that echolocate quite fine-tuned, so they could detect this kind of nets. If you want to catch those, you have to use other nets.
You'll notice you can't see the net at all, but it is strung across this space.
My name is Daniel Lewansik. I'm from Berlin, Germany. I went to university also in Berlin, to the Humboldt University. I'm here investigating bats, and in particular what effects light, artificial light like street light has on bats. And I got interested in bats during high school, where I met my supervisor, but already as a child my parents used to read books about animals and show me picture books about animals. So my interest for animals in general already started when I was a child. And so I got into the study of biology and met my supervisor, and he gave a very, very interesting and exciting lecture about bats in general, with a lot of nice pictures. And yeah, that's how I got into bats. And now I'm here in Costa Rica in the rainforest, which is incredible, and setting up a net, which is right over here, and got to catch bats for my experiments. This bat is a Carollia bat, I guess. I have to check it. Carollia bats are piper specialists, which means they're feeding mainly on piper fruit. The piper plants are pioneer plants that grow at forest edges and gaps. Therefore, they're pretty important for forest regeneration. And yeah, when getting bats out, you first get the feed out of the net, and then you can pull the net over the animal, so to say.
It looks like he's eating the net.
Yeah, they are.
Alright.
We used to have the diploma, which is kind of a combination of, well, it's just 1 degree, the diploma, and it's kind of, it's like the masters. It's 5 or 6 years in total, so it's bachelor's and masters combined, more or less. But they now changed it in most studies also to bachelor and master degree to have it comparable to other countries. Obviously don't like it.
No.
Because as soon as you say, "Oh, that's enough, we can get the net down." No, that's fine. We often have them in the back. As soon as I put them in the back, I don't really.
But you know,
it's a leaf-nosed bat. It's not.
Will he talk to you? Ooh, I can see those little teeth.
Okay, sure.
It feels like paper.
It's very, very thin. So see, there's the stump. The stump is the only finger that is visible as a finger. And there are the other 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. Forearm, elbow over here. This tail membrane and a tiny little tail you can see in there, which points out a bit of the tail membrane. Pull the balls into their body. You want to see if they are active reproductively. I can pull them out gently. So, but this one is hardly active. It's
So how can you tell?
Because there's a small ball over here, but it's very small. You can hardly get it off the body. You can tell if they are juvenile or adult by watching at the wing. No, the junctions between the finger bones. When there's a white line, then they are not fully developed, which this one is. Over here.
Free bat. Haha.
That's much more convenient. I really very much love to work with bats because they're so cute and they're just amazing. There's so many species and they are so different. The only thing that I don't like when working with bats is you always have to work in the evening. You get out just before dinner when everybody else is meeting for dinner and sitting together after dinner at the porch. That's exactly the time when you're outside and get kind of isolated.
And you have to sit in the jungle alone at night.
And you have to sit in the jungle alone at night when it's very dark. You can't see your hand in front of your face. So. But you kind of get used to it. It always feels kind of strange, but you can get used to it.
Do you ever fall asleep out here?
Never. You can't do so.
One of the great episodes in the Great Rat Wars was that we were cooking cinnamon rolls. We were making cinnamon rolls in the kitchen after hours. And so I mixed up all the dough and rolled out all the cinnamon rolls. I put them in the oven. And I could smell this funny smell. It smelled like hair burning. And I opened the oven and there was a rat inside the oven. The worst of it was I got the broom and I was trying to get that rat and it got away.
With the cinnamon roll, probably it was.
The cinnamon rolls were fine.
Did you eat them?
Oh yeah.
Just cut off the nibble marks.